Hey, well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Reflection Soul Tribe, beautiful souls. Welcome back to the Abundance Blueprint Podcast. Y'all give me 1 second. Welcome back to the Abundance Blueprint Podcast with your girl. That's me. Oh, sorry. Nothing happened just then. It was a nothingness of nothing. But yeah, welcome back to the Abundance Blueprint Podcast. Today is Wellness Wednesday, and I've got some new stuff that I'm dropping for you all. All right. Um, Today's episode title is going to be called The Gratitude Catalyst. All right. So I wonder if I can find a way to put a picture up of me. But if not, then go through my profile. If you're on my Facebook under Naomi Saadiq, you'll find lots of pictures and videos of me. And so we'll talk about that a little bit. All right. Want to talk about the gratitude catalyst. This is episode 61, season 3, right? And we're still leading up with people that we need to interview and people that we need to bring on the show. It's lots of moving parts behind the scene. But at the end of the day, you all deserve my attention and my time because you've searched for it intentionally and then you found me, right? So we want to rewire your mind and redesign your business. All right. So we're going to be talking a little bit today about the unique umbrella effect. Today's show is sponsored by the unique umbrella effect. So if you see our founder, Kathy, here floating around, or anybody that's wearing that unique umbrella effect logo or umbrella, I want you to make sure that you let them know that you heard about their business and our organization over here at the Abundance Blueprint Podcast, where we don't chase abundance, we blueprint it. Okay. Uh, I'm going to tap right in. I do a little bit different for the lives. It's different for me. I'm typically used to pre-recording the show. I don't like going live. I've been arguing with God probably for about 3 seasons. And so here we are doing a live going on the show. So if you want to fast forward, I'll probably stop rambling probably about the 4th minute, 5th minute, 6th minute, 7th minute. All right. But if not, then you're going to hang out with me, and that's cool too. I appreciate that. What if the secret to more revenue isn't a new funnel, but a new mindset? What if the secret to more revenue isn't a new funnel, but a new mindset? Your brain can't hold stress and gratitude at the same time. So they're wanting me to do this other stuff. I don't want to do this. I don't know if I don't want to do it, but I'm trying to get comfortable in this video space. Okay. So again, this is the Abundance Blueprint Podcast. I'll just keep going over and over. I told y'all I'm going to keep rumbling and stuttering and whatnot until I get to probably my 7th minute. And then I'll get over all of the fear and all of the nervousness, and then I'm going to be fine. But in the meantime, what happens when you can't? What happens when you get stuck? What happens when you don't understand how to rewire your brain and or be grateful for anything, because life is lifing and you just have to figure out how you're going to yourself be resilient and earn revenue as a business owner, as a thought-provoking leader, as a pastor, whatever it is that you do, right? A parishioner, whatever it is that you do, right? How are you going to find gratitude and let gratitude be your catalyst for success, to rewire your brain for resilience and also revenue? And when I talk about gratitude, I'm not talking about just saying thank you when someone holds the door for you. I'm talking about a deliberate daily practice, a mental discipline, and the science behind it. That's absolutely fascinating, right? So if you're, or when you are in a state of stress or fear, your brain's, what is it called? The amygdala or something like that, right? That alarm system within your brain is firing off on all cylinders. It's in fight or flight mode. So when you're in that state, your prefrontal cortex, part of your brain, is responsible for the rational thought, the creativity, and problem solving, or the left side of the brain. It basically goes offline. So you can't make good business decisions when your brain is screaming danger, right? Y'all give me a second. I'm thirsty. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. So this gratitude stuff is really not about fluff, okay? Not about fluff at all. This is about you understanding how your brain is wired to do the things that you're either called to do or the things that you're summoned to do. And I don't even know where that came from, but it came from somewhere because here we are. Sips water, moves on. Okay, so again, we talked about the gratitude catalyst. This is season 3, episode 61 of the Abundance Blueprint podcast with yours truly, Naomi Saadiq. Today is Wellness Wednesday. All right. The secret to more revenue isn't a new funnel, but it's a new mindset. All right. Your brain can't hold stress and gratitude at the same time, which is probably why you're not producing the type of income that you're looking to produce, because your brain is functioning on one side of the brain when it should be functioning on the other. So the neuroscience part of that calls that cognitive load. But I call it your superpower, right? You can change your state of being from one to the other with just one simple practice, which is practicing gratitude, which I strive to do that all the time. Okay. So the new cadence alert, we're going to have our Thankful Thursdays. They're coming up every weekend by 5 p.m. You're going to see me on live on whatever stream you're following me on. So we're over here on YouTube, Facebook, and Restream, eventually linking up with LinkedIn and Alignable and some of those other spaces. I'm looking for Eventbrite and some other spaces as well. All right. So the shows will be prayerfully daily, but Thursdays are going to be highlighted for our Thankful Thursdays. Okay. So mindful, soulful Sundays, mindful Mondays, Tuesday tips we missed yesterday because life was definitely lifing. Wellness Wednesdays, which talks about our mental health, our mental wellness and wholeness. On Thankful Thursdays, we talked about that a lot. And then on Fulfilled Fridays, our weekly wins. Business to business conversations is kind of where I specialize in, but everybody can come hang out. If this is resonating with you, then I definitely want you to be in the building. Okay. So make sure that you like, subscribe, and like, share, and subscribe, and spam me up. Okay. We talked about the neuroscience that can lower your stress, right? Um, Deep breathing calms the central nervous system and it lowers the blood pressure by up to 10 points on each side. But practicing gratitude also improves your sleep, it strengthens your relationships, and it can even make you more money, and it costs you absolutely nothing. I want to let that question or that thought hang out with you for a minute. Why is it that what costs us nothing cost us the most? All right. So again, Naomi Saadiq. Most of you know me as Naomi Saadiq. Some of you might know me as Sherletta Germain. This is the Abundant Blueprint. Welcome to our Wellness Wednesday. And today we're not talking about just hustle. We're not talking about hacks. We're talking about the one thing that separates the entrepreneurs who burn out from the ones who build legacies. We're talking about gratitude. And I promise you, this is not the fluffy stuff that you think that it is. Okay. Getting that one thing straight when I'm talking about this gratitude thing again, I'm not just talking about saying thank you. Um, Here's the magic that neuroscience has shown us that the brain cannot effectively hold two conflicting emotions at the same time. It's called cognitive load. You can't be genuinely deeply grateful and also be in a state of panic, beloved. It's neurologically impossible, scientifically impossible, spiritually impossible, right? That's for Soulful Sundays, though. But I digress. When you intentionally shift your focus to what you're grateful for, you literally calm your amygdala. Am I saying that right? You turn off the alarm, and when that alarm is off, that left side of your brain suddenly comes back online, and suddenly you can find the solutions again, and then suddenly you can be more creative, and suddenly you can make more strategic decisions that grow your business instead of just trying to survive it. So gratitude isn't just a feeling, it's strategic advantage. It's the ultimate biohack for an entrepreneur's brain. So if you know any entrepreneurs that are struggling in business or struggling with their mental health and their mental wellness, I want you to tag them, ask them to get in here and listen to this video. And I'm going to go and turn this air down because y'all already know I have 100 flashes. I try not to talk about it, but it's a real thing in life. So give me 1 second. Still alive. Oh my goodness. All right. So, our gratitude catalyst, this gritty gratitude practice, it helps when you understand what you need to be doing or what suggested that you do, right? So how are we going to do this? How are we going to move from this vague idea that we have of being thankful to a real gritty practice that actually changes our brain chemistry and our bottom line? As if it's not about a gratitude journal that you forgot, right, after 3 days. This is about integration, and I call it the 3S gratitude practice. It's simple, but it's not easy. And so the first S is for specific. Don't just say, I'm grateful for my business, right? I'm grateful for my business. That's really vague. Your brain can't latch on to that. I want you to get really specific. I'm grateful for the client who sent that encouraging email today. I'm grateful for the software that saved me 2 hours of work. I'm grateful for the quiet 15 minutes I had to drink my coffee this morning before the kids woke up, right? Specificity activates the feeling, okay? So for the first S is for specific. The second S is for sucky, right? This is going to be your game changer. This is what makes it gritty. So you have to find something to be grateful for in the middle of a challenge, in the middle of your mess, in the middle of your trauma, in the middle of your storm. You have to find something to be grateful for. So if you had a terrible sales call, right? Y'all that know me know that insurance has been my baby for years. Having my insurance license is literally equivalent to having an insurance license in insurance, right? And sometimes you get those no's, those hangups, those cuss outs. What did you call me for? There's a book that I read before called Go for No. It teaches you to just get all those no's before you get to your yes. I think Les Brown talked about that in one of his webinars or seminars or books or something too. But yeah, you can have a really sucky sales day. So, in the midst of that challenge, right, saying I'm grateful for that call because it showed me exactly where my pitch needs work. Computer crash and you lost your work happens to me more often than I like to talk about. but I'm grateful for what happened. Well, I'm grateful that this happened now, not the day before a major deadline. And also, it's a reminder to back my files up more often. You see how it changes your brain thought processes? So, this is going to frame or reframe your failures as feedback. And this is where real resilience is built. Okay. The third S is for shared. And if you're just joining us, welcome to the Abundance Blueprint podcast. It's our second live recorded show, scripted recorded show. And today we're talking about Wellness Wednesdays, talking to our young entrepreneurs and old entrepreneurs in business, our founders, our leaders who need a mental health reset. And they need that in business, but maybe they're not going to go to therapy, right? I'm not licensed, right? Don't take my advice unless it resonates. And even if you do, you probably should check it out with a licensed professional because I'm not it. Don't try to sue me. Okay. And the third S is for shared. So the first S is for specific. Be very specific when you talk about your gratitude. The second S is for sucky, finding the silver lining, finding something to be happy about in the midst of what you're going through. I'm happy. I'm not happy that the computer crashed, but I am happy that it did not crash just before the day before something was due. And now this is going to remind me to back up my files. Okay. And the third S is for shared. Gratitude grows when it's shared, right? Don't keep gratitude to yourself, honey, Miss Honey, Mr. Honey, right? Text that specific kudos to your person. Give a kudos out loud. Give them virtual flowers. Give them verbal flowers. Let a person know that you appreciate them. Call that client that really impacted your life. Maybe not in a financial sense, but maybe their story resonated with you so much because it was something that you could just share over and over and over again, or whatever. Obviously, HIPAA. I hope y'all not sharing people's names and stuff, right? Okay, boom. But call that client, right? Reach out to them, post it on your social media about how you're grateful, and tag that person that's helped you. Sharing not only makes someone else's day, but it reinforces the feeling in your own mind of gratitude, and it builds a culture of appreciation around you. So when you appreciate people, people appreciate you. Okay. This is not something that I've been able to do just overnight, right? 21 days, I think it says, to make a habit. So we practice things for 21 days, and then after we practice it for 21 days, and it becomes habitual. So maybe 21 days of affirming your persons that are around you. Okay. So do this consistently. Let it rewire your brain. Let it make your brain go from a defaulted what's wrong, right, to what's working. And in entrepreneurship and in business and in leadership, one who operates from that what's working mindset is typically an unstoppable force. And you have to be reminded sometimes that you are a phenomenon, right? You came here with all of the gifts and the tools that you needed to be successful in your path and your walk and your calling. And sometimes you have to be reminded of who you are, right? So I have a script that I'm looking to go on, but my brain keeps taking me somewhere else. Not because I have ADHD-ish, right? Debatable, right? Don't judge me. But because I feel like there's more meat and potatoes that needs to be in this particular story, in these particular lives. When I get on here, I need to know exactly what I'm doing when I'm speaking with my audience. That's speaking to you. I want to speak directly to the soul, not the PhD. I don't want to speak to the person with the degrees. I'm speaking in soulful conversations about what we can do to make sure that you are scaling to the best of your ability, and what you need to do when you're not okay, because it's okay not to be okay. And some of us is burnt out because we are giving from our warehouse, our storehouse, and we're not giving from our overflow. We're not giving from the surplus. So we're not putting on our masks first. We're deciding to go out and see and hang out with somebody else and then try to not fix ourselves. And this is the season that we're just not going to do that anymore. We're just not going to do that anymore. Okay. If you're just tuning in, I'm having a hot flash. I'm working through these things just like me and you, just like you, anybody else. I'm not a superstar at this time. I don't think I am, maybe. But I'm just a regular human being who got hit by a breast cancer bus. And I decided 7 years later that I was going to tell my story and that I was going to build businesses and then I was going to have conversations with people about the total package of abundance, because we talk about abundance, but we don't really understand what that word oftentimes it means and how that understanding where we are on our scale of abundance is the reason why our lines are either black or red in business. I'm going to say that again. Understanding where we are with our place of gratitude makes the difference in where we are in our business, if our bottom lines are black or if they're red. So Wellness Wednesdays is about checking the person's mental space where you are, because if you know where you are, nobody else can come for you in terms of that. Nobody else can fix you if you don't necessarily fix yourself. And sometimes we're drowning and struggling in business and we don't tell a soul. We don't know how to slow down because we are used to doing things a certain way. And I heard Dr. Jeffrey say at the CDC meeting the other day that sometimes we don't even have a passion for what we do in business anymore. And that's a problem. So when we're tying all of this in, right? I don't want to forget to talk about myself, because I talk about this mask all of the time that we don't put on for other people. And here I am not doing it. So I'm going to slow this down. Welcome back to the Abundance Blueprint podcast. If you're just joining us, we don't chase abundance, we blueprint it. Okay. My name is Naomi Saadiq. And 7 years ago, I found out I had breast cancer on my lunch break. I wrote a book about it, and it's on Amazon right now. The name of that book again is I Found Out I Had Breast Cancer on My Lunch Break, by Charlotta Germain. And I'm currently scaling those conversations in the Tampa Bay community with businesses and entrepreneurs and like-minded people, beautiful souls who understand that they didn't come to this planet Earth to work a regular job. And it's okay if people want to do that. I'm not knocking that at all. I'm not shaming anybody for that. But I have a specific target audience, and that's people who want to operate on that neuroscientific left side of their brain where they're creating and building abundance in a community space where we honor and respect one another and we lead with love. Right? So whatever that falls under, right? My 9 to 5 now is the abundance, I'm sorry, is the unique umbrella effect. So I want to give kudos to Kathy here, our founder, who's worked tirelessly in the Tampa Bay community for over 9 years. She's done business and insurance in these insurance streets for over 30 years. And so her name holds a lot of weight in the Tampa area. And so when I say it is my honor to be working alongside with her with this masterful, wonderful masterpiece that she's creating in the Tampa streets, I am so honored. Okay. So the Unique Umbrella Effect, Phenomenally Me Women's Society, Charlotta Germain LLC, the Abundance Blueprint, right? All me, all part of who I am and what I do. We have some Spanish and Creole speaking episodes that are going to be dropping. It should be today. Sundays and Wednesdays are typically the days, but I'm going to ask your forgiveness as I work on some back end stuff to rebuild these conversations, because I want to do visual, audio, and then also translated services for our community to make sure that we are reaching every single audience that I'm connected with. Okay. Taking that deep breath, remembering that breath work through your diaphragm in through your nose, releasing what isn't servicing you or serving you, rather. Deep breathing lowers the blood pressure by up to 3 points on each side. And entrepreneurs, y'all not breathing enough for me, right? You got to breathe through that like you laboring, having a child, because you are birthing something into the atmosphere, and it's important that your breath work counts. So from the belly, right? I need you to breathe from that belly. Okay. All right. So last week, I'm not nervous no more. Last week, I pushed through exhaustion like it was a badge of honor. I had emails, I had community calls, I had some flyers, all while still ignoring those quiet whispers inside that says that you're running on fumes. Okay. So sometimes what you're feeling isn't depression, it's depletion. Sometimes what I feel isn't depression, it's depletion too. All right. And in the middle of all of this, I had a moment. I was sitting in the car outside the resource center. And that's when I realized that even purpose has to rest. So that was the moment that shifted everything for me. Right. I asked myself, if I collapse, what happens to my mission? Who carries that? So here's today's message in a nutshell. Wellness isn't a luxury, it's an infrastructure. It's the foundation of sustainability for every business owner, every mother, and every leader, because we pour so much into others that we normalize burnout, especially women in business who hold it all together. But here's the truth: there is no abundance in avoidance. So we're focusing on one simple system, the wellness rule of 72. Okay. Now, some of you have been hearing me talk about the rule of 72. Some of you have never heard me speak about it before. But if you go and make it simplified for those that are around, this is how I would present it. Okay, so picturing compound interest. You know how compound interest doubles your money over time. Neglect can double over time or compound over time too. So if you go 72 days without rest, without deep breathing, without stillness, your exhaustion doubles. But if you invest 72 minutes into each week in healing, in gratitude, and in silence, right, your peace of mind doubles. Okay. So this is about resetting together. These inhale for 4, hold for 3, and release for 6. And repeat it again. And today's affirmation is simply this: you're not lazy, you're healing. Okay. So on your reflection, your homework assignment, if you want to do homework, ask yourself tonight, what would my body say if I stopped interrupting it? What would my body say if I stopped interrupting it? And I want you to write that answer down. I don't want you to edit it. I want you to listen. Okay. A few announcements before we get out of here. The disaster preparedness campaign with the unique umbrella effect is starting, launching, and continuing. We have final drafts that are ready to be approved prayerfully, and then our resource kits that are going to be starting soon. All right. Don't forget to reach out to my Facebook page, Phenomenally Me Women's Society. All right, where we're going to start gathering those stories of strength for our vets and our cancer survivors and thrivers. This is October is Prostate Awareness Month. It's Domestic Violence Awareness Month. It's Breast Cancer Survivor Awareness Month. So shout out to our men and our women and our thrivers that are making it through October with bells and whistles. Okay. And so our Vets Ball that's coming up November the 15th. I'd like you to reach out for me. Those tickets are cheap, right? Relative to the conversation, it's cheap. All right. If you think about the vets and what they've done to serve our country, you should be able to pull together a table as a business and sponsor a person for $95 or sponsor two people for $200 because people want to bring their guests, right? I want you to make sure that you're following me for all of our resources, our merch and donation links. Make sure you visit the uniqueumbrellaeffect.com. Make sure you visit my link tree. It should be on my Facebook page. And the last thing before I get out of here is remember this, that your boundaries are not barriers. Your boundaries are bridges to be built to get back to yourself. Okay. You are a beautiful soul, and I never want you to forget that. All right. Tomorrow on our Thankful Thursday, season 3, episode, whatever, this might be 60. This should be episode 62, actually, because we missed, but whatever. Tomorrow on Thankful Thursday, I'm sharing the moment for me that tested that boundary. All right. When saying no nearly cost me an opportunity, but it saved my sanity. And so trust me, you don't want to miss it because sometimes the thank you that you owe is to yourself. Okay. This is Naomi Saadiq reminding you here at the Abundance Blueprint podcast, we don't chase abundance, we blueprint it. And if you need help structuring your business, reviewing a policy, or joining our community, I want you to text 813-563-1314 or visit us at theuniqueumbrellaeffect.com. Until next time, stay grounded, stay grateful, and I'll see you tomorrow. I love you.